What's going on, family? This is not financial advice. Do your own research, man. We're gonna be going into some charts and we're gonna be getting into some news. So as you know, we do have some news coming out next week. The Fed is speaking on Wednesday and Thursday. So we got um, wholesale on Wednesday and Thursday. We got PCE prices on Thursday. So 8:30 that morning. So we might have a little volatility this week, and we're gonna be getting into some news that I particularly like. Tesla is a stock that I'm watching short term and especially long term, and they're taking over these charging stations. This is exactly the signal that I was looking for the charging stations, and I thought it was going to be some of the smaller companies that have recently came out, but as you can see, Tesla, Rivian is adopting Tesla's charging standard. And then we also got Ford and GM in recent weeks. They're going to follow similar announcements. And Hyundai is reportedly willing to shift as well, allowing non-Teslas into the extensive Tesla charging network will be a boom for the economy. So, as you can see, this will add 3 billion to Tesla's revenue, 5.2 billion expected in 2032. So all these car companies are converting to electric vehicles, and we can see that it's finally happening. But Tesla is going to be the one to transition everything. So Tesla is a long-term bagger. You have to watch Tesla in the long term. So as you know, we got some earnings coming out this week. We got Nike, we got Walgreens, Micron, General Mills, McCormick, Paycheck, and Constellation Brands coming out this week. So we got some pretty good. Uh, that's just for Monday as well. So we do have some other ones this week, but we're not going to get into those. These are just a few stocks that I'm watching, particularly Nike, Micron, and Walgreens are going to be a few that I'm watching for the earnings, of course. So when I'm watching in particular, let's go to the big dog, which is Tesla. I really like Tesla, and I'm going to check out their chart. So we do have a gap to fill down here. Let me remove this. I don't know why this is on my chart. There we go. Okay. So as you know, we got Tesla gapped up. They kind of pushed higher. They ran into some resistance up here. They filled this gap at 266. So the next resistance is 300. That's the major resistance. Obviously, that'd be the 618. They broke this downtrend. They pushed straight through it, and we do need some type of pullback for Tesla. So I'm looking for this zone right down here, which is this red box that I'm watching. Oh, this is the support level. The zone that I like to particularly buy at would be around this 220, 230 to 220 range right here. This is a nice support level, and it's a gap fill down here at 234. I will put an alert here for potential buying opportunity, but we could come down to 220. Obviously, we do have another gap to fill down here at 220 as well. So I'm gonna just put this down here for the sake of having it. So we have another gap down here at 220. So if we continue to get some pullback, the first bounce will probably be a 246 area. That'll probably be the first bounce for Tesla. So look out for a bounce on Tesla right here at the gap. So this is definitely uh-oh. something that we have to keep in mind here. So we're just gonna watch this area. It's 236 for a bounce on Tesla next week. And if we clear this level, we're coming right down to fill the gap down here potentially. So nice buying opportunities for us. That's what I'm watching on Tesla in particular. So we got Tesla still looking good, but we also want to watch Apple. So you know, Apple the best stock in the in the world, obviously. So Apple is looking great, man. I expect Apple to continue to push. So reason being, do want to kind of zoom out here. So we cleared this level, this 137 level, obviously, and we bounced in this range. All right, so this was from July. We're just gonna say we're not even gonna start here. So we're gonna start here in September or October. All right, and this was back in 21. So this was back in 2021. So we bounced in this range for almost 3 years, from 2021 on up to 177. So we were just bouncing in this range, range bound, failed breakdown, and then we created a bull trend up above this level. So we tested this level once, twice, 3 times, 4 times, 5 times, and we finally pushed through it. So a measure move will push us up to about 220 area if we're clearing this how we are. So they're showing no sign of slowing down here. So this is the projected move for me in particular. By the end of the year, we should easily be up. Apple should be up to 220 because we just been range bound. So then we finally break out and we're in this uptrend that doesn't seem to slow down. It's just constantly pushing up, series of higher lows, higher lows. All right, so this is, and as you can see, we're still in this trend. All right, beautiful uptrend and bouncing off this moving average, just constantly swings, higher lows, and we're not showing rejection up here. So this was the first initial ejection, but we're going to continue to push higher, and they're probably going to take the market with it. We are due for a pullback, so keep that in mind as well. And I want to go over to the S&P and see where we are. So the next target for the S&P would be, you can see we're in a uptrend at this point. So this uptrend could be valid, as you can see. So we got multiple touches here. All right. So we got swings, higher lows, with a little overextended, and we could continue to push higher, but we're stalling out a little bit. So I want to see what's going to happen next week. The next target, if we continue this downtrend, so we got to break this downtrend. If we create a new low, the obvious target would be down here in the 230 zone. This is where they consolidated for 5 days, right in the zone, the 428 to 430 area. This is the consolidation area where they broke out. So they could come back to retest this area. That would be because they already lost this support here at 433. So if we get continuation, that's where they're going. So they did break out of this short-term channel, and if we come back, do the pullback we're supposed to do, we should be coming back down to somewhere around 418 to 420. So somewhere in this area, this would be a nice pullback for continuation. So we'll just have to see what happens at this point. But we did break this downtrend out of it clearly, series of higher lows, consolidation, and we broke above the 618. So It's funny that they consolidated there. If they continue, um, if they fail here, it could be a nice push down. But if they continue to stay above this 618, these previous highs, they're going back up to 100% of the move. So this is this 78.6 up here of the fib move. Um, and they could have a nice drawdown from there. But if they're all the way back up here, all the moving averages are turning up. They're obviously going back to all-time highs. And this will just be a range from here to here that the market has been in. So we'll see what happens next week. That's particularly what I'm watching. I think the last one I have on here is the NASDAQ. But as you know, the NASDAQ is way overextended and we are due for a pullback. Broke the downtrend and pushed above, way above the 618 at this point. We're at the 76. So we obviously can do 100% of the move back up to the highs up here at 16.8, 16.48 area. That'll be my next target. So well, that's what we're watching for in the market, man. We should be getting a pullback, but who knows, man? The market is super volatile right now for the bulls. They're just pushing up so aggressively, but the sell-offs are very weak and slow, so no volatility to the downside, but the upside, they're strongly aggressively pushing this market up. So that's what we're watching, man.